This video is brought to you by Sigma Theory Global Cold War by Goblins and Needclose Studios. Recruit a squad of special agents to run your intel agency to secure control of the Singularity.
I need a couple of drones and 4 men.
Only 4?
4 is enough, if they're the best.
Is this the Cold War all over again?
The Cold War was about 2 countries stockpiling weapons. The Sigma Theory is mankind's greatest disruption. It's our chance to demolish the global financial system and a whole lot more. I see only 2 ways this can end. The world will be wiped out.
Or it will be saved?
Or it will be changed forever.
In the near future, a paradigm-shifting scientific discovery was made which promised game-changing new technologies such as immortality, robotics, clean energy without its current limitations, and both physical and mental enhancements to people and soldiers. This discovery, named the Sigma Theory collectively, could only be harnessed by the world's leading researchers, and as the head of the Sigma division, you must then find ways and means of securing this knowledge for your country. If you like spy movies or books, I'm pretty sure that you'll enjoy this game since it is all about espionage on a global scale as you send agents to uncover intel, probe weaknesses of researchers and diplomats, and exploit these weaknesses to turn them to your side. You can bribe or seduce the targets, but at the same time have to manage diplomatic relations with other countries. You can send drones to assist the country in their military conflicts, and on top of that, there are added extra governmental organizations such as the Triads or a consortium of the wealthiest people in the world vying for your knowledge and influence as well. Agents have individual traits, and your own agents and people can be turned against you as well. So for quite an authentic spy thriller, check out Sigma Theory Global Cold War, which was released on Steam last week. Hello indie game fans, this week is a little muted on the indie game front since everyone is getting out of the way of... However, I'm very interested in 3 titles in particular, so here are the top 5 best new releases of the week. SteamWorld Quest Hand of Gilgamech is the 5th entry in the SteamWorld series of games from Image & Form, a Swedish developer whose games I've enjoyed. While they have made tower defense, Metroidvanias and tactics games before, this is their first foray into the RPG genre, which I am very excited about. A deck-building RPG featuring the same steampunk robots but in a medieval fantasy setting, this looks very impressive and, given the pedigree, should be a great game. Danger Gazers is a post-apocalyptic top-down roguelite with the usual procedural generation, permadeath and progression in the form of relics which are permanent unlocks. This comes to us from Shot X Studio, a developer with, shall we say, a mixed history, since their games usually have good ideas like the roguelite tower defense game Dead Ground, but perhaps are a little lacking in execution. There are FTL-style nodes on the map to explore, companions, loot, co-op, boss fights and more, and I could use a good one of these. I have previously covered Yuppie Psycho under the impression that it was to be released soon, but unfortunately, it was delayed until next week. A horror game from developer Baroque Decay, who were behind the excellent The Count Lucanor. This game has you in the shoes of a young man with no future in a dystopian 90s society where he discovers during his employee orientation that his job is actually to hunt a witch whose powers made the company the success that it is today. However, she has returned to torment the employees, and this is a creepy, surreal, and pretty interesting game that is worth a look.
For as long as we could remember, this is how it has always been. Devoid of morality. No sacrifice being too great to praise their god. Devotion is taught through suffering. Fearfulness and the obfuscation of knowledge are the foundations of our society. Those tempted to resist it will pay the heaviest price. In that den of iniquity, all of them will congregate, holding on to their hope and their faith. Drawn to the divine light like moths, sinners will relentlessly advance, and all shall meet the same end. All of us.
Finally, I was pleasantly surprised by the confirmation of the release of Dark Devotion next week. A 2D Souls-like Metroidvania, I've had my eye on this game for what else than gorgeous pixel art. A story of perseverance, dedication and secrets, play as a Templar and put your faith to the test while you explore and cleanse a mysterious fallen temple. The temple is designed such that the areas are interconnected, with presumably shortcuts to get back to earlier areas, so very Souls-like in design. Add to that dynamic, weighty combat, dozens of weapon options, blessings, curses and illnesses, as well as vicious boss fights, and you have the recipe for a great game. Oh, and of course, just for emphasis, beautiful pixel art as well. I'm particular to the fire effects, so for the immense potential of this game, this takes the #1 spot. For more upcoming indie game new releases, check out the previous video or watch my recommended playlist, and I will see you after the jump.